My name is Dr. Hanif Numan. I am the Chief Sociologist of ReSCI Consulting. I'd like to talk to you about one of the platforms that we use to analyze organizational behavior. We use what's called the SAP-LAP framework, which SAP stands for Situation, Actor, Process. LAP stands for Learning, Action, Performance. And so the SAP-LAP framework, it's a generic framework that can be used in a variety of contexts, such as problem solving, change management, strategy formulation, supply chain management, marketing management, technology management, human resources management, and so on. The situation represents the present status, environment of the organization, and the driving forces for good performance of that organization. The situation can be both external and internal. Externally, the elements are the competition, the market growth, the attractiveness, and the substitutes. Internally, the situation would entail core competencies, financial health, market share, technological capabilities, as well as flexibility. So actors, they are the individual participants of the organization or a group of members which influence the situation and define the organizational culture. So the actors can be both external and internal as well. So externally, the actors would be the competitors, the customers, the suppliers, the partners, the new entrants, and the government. Internally, we are talking about top management, business heads, business unit heads, functional heads, process owners, as well as the employees. Right? And so when we talk about the process component of the SAP, we are talking about the overall transformation of the process that converts a set of inputs into a set of outputs to recreate the situation. Right? And this is also done externally as well as internally. Externally, the process includes the alliance management, supply chain management, distribution, technology acquisition, business development, outsourcing, as well as customer interface. Internally, we are referring to product development, production, core competence building, strategic planning, performance management, technology capability building, and accounting and costing. So to summarize, SAP is a situation that is dealt with by an actor, a set of actors, through a process or a set of processes. So concerning the LAP, the interplay of the situation actor process leads to the learning action performance. Right? So the first step in this problem solving context is to identify both the external and internal SAP elements. And so we're not just identifying every element that I just listed. It's important to identify the key elements relative to the organization and the situation that we're analyzing. Right? Otherwise, it would be too cumbersome to have all of this information to make sense of it in a practical way. So the analysis carried out by the SAP framework helps to synthesize the key learning issues in the case. Right? So this is taking a fresh look at the processes with a critical eye, with a very, very detailed way, and also is trying to analyze the drawbacks of a process and do it in a manner in which there can be some way to overcome these barriers. So depending on the effectiveness of the actions, the performance is generated in terms of improved processes or actors and a better situational parameter. To summarize the LAP, we're talking about the SAP analysis that brings out the learning issues that can be utilized as a base for taking action to lead to better performance. As you can see from the diagram, the SAP-LAP framework has both flexibility and control. Flexibility is typically part of the social subsystem, and control is typically part of the technical subsystem. Flexibility is the ability to do different things and apply a different variety of capabilities. Flexibility has different dimensions. So one of the dimensions of flexibility is options. So when you talk about options, you're talking about flexibility as a description of the options made available to the organization. Ease is another dimension of flexibility, which is the ability to do something with ease other than that which was originally intended, and it is the ability to absorb or withstand the impacts of unexpected events. Speed of change is also one of the dimensions of flexibility, which is the ability to change directions rapidly or to deviate from a predetermined course of action to take advantage of an opportunity or threat. Freedom of choice is yet another dimension of flexibility, which is the empowerment of decision-making to the various actors in the process of building flexibility. This is in and of itself a measure of flexibility. The last dimension of flexibility is responsiveness, which is the ability to alter the maximum rate for committing resources in order to respond to changes. With the dimensions of flexibility, they can also be broken down into both scope and efficiency. Right? So these aspects of flexibility are measured in different ways. So the scope aspect of flexibility is measured by range. And so what we're referring to is the ability to respond to a range of future events and a variety or extent of organizational responses to environmental changes. The efficiency aspect of flexibility can be measured by time, cost, or effort. Flexibility in this context is the ability to deal with new things coming up without adding much by way of cost, and the capability to continually respond to changes. And it can be characterized as the ability to change or react with little penalty to time, effort, cost, or performance. So, to summarize, flexibility in its many dimensions is required for the organization to respond to environmental changes. The control aspect of the SAP-LAP framework is the balance that has to be achieved between the factors of flexibility and control of the organizational design. The distribution of control from the manager to the employees rests on a continuum, as you could probably imagine, with the complete control held by managers on one end and a complete control held by employees on the other end. Right? And so this paradigm clearly enables us to recognize that the function of management, if you think about management as a process, the function is to control in terms of producing directed influence, right? And so directed influence can take a variety of forms, such as power processes, teaching, trying to convince, organizational improvement, learning, governing, and so on.